Don't we all have that one friend who seems to know an insufferable amount about a bunch of random topics? That one friend who chimes in with the odd and sometimes incredibly disturbing little snippet of knowledge out of nowhere? Hi, my name is Carly, and if you don't already have that friend, congratulations. Now you do. I delight in researching anything and everything that piques my curiosity in the least bit. And as my husband has pointed out, we carry a mini supercomputer in our pockets every single day. So anytime I have the slightest curiosity about any given thing, from how wine gets its price to the difference between a Yeti and a Wendigo, I just look it up. Welcome to I'm Already Looking It Up. Let's sit down, relax, maybe have a drink or two, and learn a few things. Hello, and welcome to I'm Already Looking It Up, the podcast where I, your host, research a random topic and tell you, my lovely listeners, all about it. So, without further ado, let's get started. So this topic today, well, again, there's going to be several topics going on throughout the next week as I'm trying to catch up with episodes. But this episode's topic came about as I was watching some of my favorite ghost hunters and or the best, well, I don't want to say and or, they are the best ghost hunters in the world. Ryan and Shane from Watcher Entertainment used to do BuzzFeed Unsolved. La la la. And I was thinking about it, and I was like, how does one become a ghost hunter? How does one step into that profession? How do you get paid for that? And I know, obviously, for them, it's all about being in a show and YouTube and all that stuff, and that makes sense. But, I do know that there are people, like, they just do this for a living. I don't know that I guess they would record everything, wouldn't they, if they wanted to be sure that they got a ghost on camera. Anyway, so, this episode is about ghost hunting as a profession, and also, I found another article in which they talked about if you are someone who is interested in the paranormal in general, you can, here are some jobs that would maybe work for you. I think we all had dream jobs as a kid. Mine certainly was not to become a ghost hunter, though I did think the idea of it was cool, but I am too much of a coward to be a ghost hunter, and I like my comforts, so I'd never want to, sleep in an abandoned building throughout the night or anything. I would never want to do that. So, not my bag. I am happy to do the research aspect of the job, so. Alright, so let's just get into it. This first article that I'm going to talk about is co-authored by Jennifer McVeigh and Eric McClure, and was last updated June 29th, 2024. It comes from WikiHow. So, fantastic. Alright, do you have a natural talent for connecting with the otherworldly? Are you passionate about the supernatural and all things that go bump in the night? If so, you may make an excellent paranormal investigator. While the path to becoming a paranormal investigator can be a winding one, you can absolutely make a real job out of this if you're driven. In this article, we'll break down what you'll learn, what tools you'll use, and how you can apply your skills to make a career out of the paranormal. So here are some things you should know. The first thing is there are no formal requirements or degrees to become a paranormal investigator, but you do need to know about the paranormal. Yeah. You want to meet other local investigators and attend paranormal events to get your foot in the industry. Learn how to use the popular paranormal investigation gear like cameras, electromagnetic meters, and readers, and ion readers. You can also lead ghost tours or take your paranormal knowledge and experiences to YouTube. Fantastic. I think ghost tours would be fun. I think I could do that. It would be spooky. If you hear some crashing in the background, that is my husband in the kitchen. So, method 1, you must, to become a paranormal ghost hunter, you're going to study the paranormal. Take an online course if you like, or take an online course if you'd like, but no, it's not mandatory. There is no universal educational path you can follow to become a paranormal investigator. There are plenty of paranormal investigator classes and programs out there, but none of them are accredited by any formal organizations. You can totally take an online course if you'd like, but it's by no means required to get into the field. Paranormal forum and ghost hunting subreddits are popular forums for paranormal investigators. There are tons of popular courses on paranormal studies and investigation on sites like Udemy. If you're going to college and you'd like to study something that may be helpful in paranormal investigation, consider majoring in psychology, history, English, or the physical sciences. You can learn everything to know about paranormal investigation from the library, YouTube, online forums, and sites like WikiHow for free. Nice little shout out for themselves there. Number 2, study and read about various paranormal topics. Pick up books about the paranormal and read as much as you can. Watch interviews with established paranormal investigators and pick up shows like Ghost Hunters, Ghost Adventures, and Paranormal Investigators to get a sense for what it's like to work as an investigator. Learn as much as you can to become familiar with the field. You may want to learn about ghosts and poltergeists, including the mythology and history of ghosts in each country, which I'm actually going to do an episode on that later, so more to come there. Telepathy, precognition, and clairvoyance. Many mediums and fortune tellers also work as paranormal investigators. Near-death experiences, reincarnation, and ESP, extrasensory perception. And cryptids, creatures that may exist but aren't documented, like the Loch Ness Monster, which another creature we're going to get into in a later episode, because that's who I picked for my own birthday episode. So, and then also religion and human psychology. Choose a specialty if you like to set yourself apart or have a talent. If you've had a personal run-in with a UFO, perhaps you have an advantage in investigating UFO sightings. If you've got an uncanny knack for interpreting the presence of ghosts, perhaps you'd make an excellent ghost hunter. But even if you don't have a natural knack, you can still choose an area to focus your studies and specialize. You could focus on ghosts and hauntings, poltergeists and disturbances, cryptids and animal tracking, UFOs, abductions, and alien sightings. I don't know if I'd want to do UFOs. I think the top 3, I would be up there. I think cryptids might be my specialty, even if they do, I am also a coward in that sense. But yeah, I don't think UFOs is what I'd go for. I don't know how I feel about UFOs sometimes. I do believe in aliens. It's just, UFOs are rough. It's a rough subject to get into. Anyway. Number 4, attend paranormal meetups and conferences to learn more. Look online for local paranormal societies, organizations, and events. Get yourself out there and introduce yourself to people. If there are any paranormal conventions happening near you, attend them. Meet as many people in the field as you can while you continue to learn more. The Haunted America Conference is one of the largest and most popular conventions for fans of the paranormal. If possible, ask a professional paranormal investigator if they have any internships or apprenticeships available. What a word to say. Okay. So, method 2, we're going to look at learning and using the equipment, which is what I was more interested in. Like, how do you go about that? How do you learn what works and how, because, like, obviously it's hard. It's a tough scientific field. So, number 1, acquire a camera and become familiar with the settings. As a paranormal investigator, it's essential that you document everything during your investigations so that you can prove your theories. Feel free to start off with the camera on your phone or consider buying a DSLR so that you can customize settings and make adjustments on the fly to spot anomalies. You may also want to invest in a GoPro so that you can record everything you see while you explore potential paranormal activity. Don't go out and invest thousands of dollars in equipment before you start working. You can even try renting or borrowing some equipment to get used to it. Number 2, get your hands on a thermal imaging device if you're hunting ghosts. Thermal imaging tools are key components in a ghost hunter's toolbox. I don't know why I said it that way. They allow you to see temperature changes in your environment so that you can look for hot spots. The theory is that ghosts and poltergeists can cause unexplainable changes to the air around them. You may want to purchase a high-end thermostat to record temperature changes more precisely. Number 3, couldn't do that one. Acquire an electromagnetic meter or REM pod to measure disturbances. Electromagnetic meters and REM pods scan the air for changes in electromagnetic fields. According to paranormal investigators, many paranormal phenomena can only be detected by measuring fluctuations in the magnetic and electric field around you. Number 4, experiment with an ion detector to spot changes in the air. Ion detectors are controversial in the ghost hunting community, but they're interesting if you want to toy with the cutting-edge gear. Ion detectors measure negative ion particles in the air, which supposedly indicate the presence of paranormal activity. Number 5, purchase a Geiger counter to find radioactive anomalies. Geiger counters are small meters that detect radiation. Many ghost hunters and paranormal hunters will scan environments for radiation signals that indicate cryptids, poltergeists, specters, and other spooky spirits that may have recently visited. Everything emits some kind of radiation, so don't worry that you're being exposed to anything dangerous if you spot some minor radiation. Geiger counters measure radiation in becquerels or curies. I know that one. However, radiation dosages are measured in sieverts. Anything higher than 20 MSV is considered dangerous. So, good to know. Method 3, monetizing your skills. Because, of course, that's, it's all about making that dough. Just a second here. Alright. So, monetizing your skills. 1, market yourself and find clients to work as a private investigator. The most straightforward way to get paid as a paranormal investigator is to start a personal business and build your brand to attract work. Create your own website, post your services on Facebook, and wait for the calls to start coming in. As you continue to get clients and reviews, you'll build a bigger local following, which will make it easier to continue to get clients. Number 2, join another team or crew on their investigations. If you don't want to strike out on your own just yet, ask other investigators you meet at meetups or conferences if you can join them on their next mission. A lot of investigators start off by learning from other experts who are already established in the field, so help in any way you can and learn as much as possible. You could even post online in local meetups or forums to let folks know you want to learn how to investigate the paranormal. You can also reach out to local paranormal investigators by calling or emailing them to see if they're willing to take you on a ride-along. Number 3, document your investigations and post them on YouTube. Many paranormal investigators just do this as a hobby and post their escapades on YouTube. Film yourself exploring and investigating haunted places, looking for cryptids in the wild, or compiling ghost hunting data. You've collected. Viewers will catch on and tune in. God dang. Don't know why that was hard to say. Alright, number 4, take your skills to a paranormal tour company and work as a guide. Your experience, knowledge, and passion for the paranormal will be more than enough to qualify you for tour guide work. If you live in an area with haunted mansions, a history of paranormal activity, or alien sightings, contact a local tour company to see if they're hiring. This is a great option if you really love talking about the paranormal and interacting with other people. See, I think I could tour guide mainly just because, I could do this. Just basically talk and walk around a potentially paranormal site or haunted site or whatever and explain things. I think that would be fun. Anyway. Method 4, performing an investigation. Number 1, conduct interviews with witnesses of the event. Whoever reported the haunting or disturbance saw or experienced something so scary that they felt they needed to contact you. Ask them to describe what they saw, felt, heard, and smelled during the event. Take notes, but don't take everything your witness says as fact. Remember, it's your job to get the truth. The witness will give you a good sense of what you should spend your time focusing on. If 2 members of a household mentioned a toy doll giving them the creeps, you probably want to examine it. Number 2, look for logical causes that explain the phenomena. People are flawed. Our observation abilities aren't perfect, and there are all kinds of different potential reasons someone might believe they've experienced something paranormal. Begin every investigation by assuming there's a non-paranormal explanation and seek to explain it. This way, you'll quickly rule out any non-starter cases. Strange noises may be explained by house settling, animals in the walls, or changes in weather causing building materials to crack. Poor central air systems, inefficient ductwork, and drafty windows can explain temperature changes. Gas leaks, carbon dioxide, and radon can warp someone's experiences and make people think they're seeing or hearing things that aren't there. Dementia, Alzheimer's, vision problems, bipolar disorder, and schizophrenia can all cause people to see/hear or experience things incorrectly. So, take everything everyone says with a massive grain of salt, basically. Alright. Number 3, invite the paranormal entity to show you their presence. If a paranormal being is present, making yourself known and letting them know you're open to meeting them is a great way to trigger a paranormal event. If you can experience something firsthand, you may get all of the evidence you need right there. Use your notes from the witness to guide your interactions here. If they mention feeling like something was angry, you might say, "Hello, I know you're upset, but I'm not here to hurt you." Try asking for proof. You might say, "If you're here, can you give me a sign? Can you make a noise or knock something over?" Take readings from your equipment to spot anomalies. Use your EMF reader, Geiger counter, thermal camera, or whatever else you've purchased to scan the environment. If you spot any strange readings that cannot be explained by logic or science, it is possible that you've encountered something paranormal. A hot air duct or an increase in electromagnetic waves around a radio are probably not paranormal events. It's important to take all of your evidence into account, though. If you're performing a larger investigation, it may be helpful to take notes or build a map of the site. Make a conclusion based on your evidence and intuition. Take everything you've experienced, documented, and felt to determine whether or not there have been any paranormal events. If there has, explain what it is, how the client may get rid of it if possible, and how worried they should be. Remember, there are a lot of friendly entities out there. It is perfectly okay to have an inconclusive investigation. If your client is paying you, type up a short report explaining everything you experienced and measured. All right. Expert Q&A. How can you catch a ghost? That's never a good idea. Focus instead on sending the ghost to life. I'm guessing it means afterlife. You can do this by asking your higher self to take them where they need to be, or where they should be. Then imagine an open door or something similar and just shoot them out of your home. Okay. Interesting answer to that question. So there you go. There you have it. For all of you would-be paranormal people or paranormal investigators, there's the steps and how to go. So for all of you who maybe enjoy the paranormal and enjoy the stories and all of that, but don't necessarily want to go into haunted houses and investigate and do all that stuff, here are 10 careers in the paranormal to consider. And I'm gonna drink my coffee. Excuse me. A career in the paranormal can be thrilling. This article comes from Indeed.com, written by the Indeed editorial team, updated April 18th, 2024. A career in the paranormal can be thrilling and intriguing for individuals interested in investigating unexplained mysteries, spreading awareness about paranormal events, and researching out of the normal occurrences. There are several career paths with varying roles and responsibilities. For those aspiring to work in the paranormal, understanding your professional options with the paranormal field may help you determine if a career in this area is right for you. In this article, we define careers in the paranormal and offer a list of 10 paranormal jobs, including salary, information, and primary duties. Let's go. All right. What are some careers in the paranormal? Paranormal refers to events, experiences, and phenomena that are outside of the normal scientific understanding. Careers in the paranormal may try to determine the existence of and explain purported paranormal happenings through a series of investigations, research, data collection, and eyewitness testimony. Other careers in the paranormal may try to bring awareness to reported events through storytelling and education. While there are a few career paths that specifically handle the paranormal, there are a few traditional career paths where individuals may choose to specialize in paranormal aspects of their field. So let's start with number 1, a paranormal tour guide. National average salary would be $39,795 per year, a little less than where I'm at. So, primary duties: paranormal tour guides are individuals who lead groups of people through sites of paranormal activity. Most commonly, this includes areas of reported hauntings, but may also include areas associated with strange anomalies or mythical qualities. These individuals typically research the area, create scripts for the tour, recite interesting facts about the events associated with the area, and enforce safety regulations to maintain the well-being of their tour participants. See, I think that would be fun to, I don't know, maybe I'm gonna have to look up in my area and see if there are tour guide jobs available anywhere. Okay, so the next one is a journalist. National average salary, $41,431 per year. Primary duties are: journalists are writers and investigators who conduct research and write news stories about their findings. Some journalists may choose to focus on a particular field, such as the paranormal, and may write about hauntings, unexplained events, unsolved mysteries, or unusual sightings. These individuals may travel to sites of reported paranormal activity, interview eyewitnesses and industry experts, perform relevant historical research, and write articles about their findings to be published through news and other media outlets. There you go. Pretty self-explanatory. Makes sense. The next one is the photojournalist. $39,564 per year is the average salary. Photojournalists focus primarily on photographing the events and subjects of their investigation. They may choose to specialize in investigating paranormal activity and often work closely with journalists who travel to paranormal sites, interview eyewitnesses and industry experts, perform relevant research and take photographs of the area and individuals involved with the investigation. They may also edit these photographs to ensure high quality before publication. Sound engineer. I could not do this, but it's still cool. Sound engineer is $56,314 per year. Primary duties: sound engineers operate various types of recording equipment to capture and analyze and enhance sounds. During a paranormal investigation, they may use their equipment to capture the sounds of paranormal activity that may or may not be audible at the time of the investigation. Often, individuals investigating reported hauntings rely on audio engineers to record electronic voice phenomenon, EVP, the sounds of unexplainable voices caught on tape. It makes sense why you would be higher up in the salary market there, because operating that type of equipment is not easy. All right, paranormal investigator, $43,097 per year is your your average salary. Primary duties: paranormal investigators conduct research and collect evidence to determine and explain the cause of unexplained or paranormal events. They may work with individuals who believe they are experiencing a haunting or other paranormal events, and typically conduct interviews to understand the situation, spend time in the affected area, use technology and specialized equipment to perform tests, and recommend spiritual or medical treatment when necessary. Don't listen to them if they recommend medical treatment, unless they are a doctor, which is, I guess, possible, but... Alright, a UFO investigator is another option. Primary duties... your average salary for the year is $58,088 per year. Your primary duties: these individuals are often scientists who investigate UFOs or unidentified flying objects. UFO investigators may work independently or for the government and military bodies and use radar, sonar, or infrared technologies to detect and evaluate flying objects. Their goal is to determine the origin of the object, whether it presents a threat to national or international security. They may interview eyewitnesses with reports on their findings, write reports on their findings, and document evidence through photographs, video, and data collection. I don't know why I'm saying data like that, but it's now becoming a thing. So, forensic scientists, $63,220 per year. Your primary duties: forensic scientists collect and analyze evidence from crime scenes. They use specialized tools and equipment to collect information from evidence to determine events that occurred before, during, and after a crime or event. Some may choose to specialize in the paranormal and use their skills and expertise to collect, evaluate, and explain evidence from scenes of paranormal events or unexplained anomalies. This may include disappearances, reports of hauntings, unexplained animal sightings, crop circles, or other unexplainable occurrences. There you go. And this is funny because this next one is the historian, which I literally technically am. I do have a master's in history, and it says, as a historian, you could maybe make $67,573 per year, which is way more than I make per year. So I'm over here like, could you maybe explain to me how to do that? So here's the primary duties of the historian. Historians collect and evaluate information from various archival sources to answer questions about human history.
They may also choose to focus their efforts on one specific area of history, such as unexplained or mysterious events. This may include historical hauntings, ancient civilizations, mysterious artifacts, documentation of unusual creatures, people or events, and ancient evidence of extraterrestrial life. I think I could do documentation of unusual creatures, because that stuff is fascinating, and just include historical hauntings. Also fun, also a good time. So there you go. I'm apparently not living up to my potential here. Number 9 is a cryptozoologist who could make $80,750 per year. Cryptozoologists are a subset of biologists and zoologists who focus on investigating and determining the existence of paranormal animals and life forms. They may use their knowledge of existing species, archival evidence, studies, and field research to investigate claims of unexplainable creatures. Examples of famous subjects in cryptozoology include the Loch Ness Monster, Bigfoot, and mermaids. Yeah, we know what mermaids are. Mermaids are just, what are they called? Beluga whales? No, not beluga whales. Manatees. Manatees are what mermaids are. That's explained. I'm kidding. And a parapsychologist, where you could earn up to $101,530 per year. That's more than double what I make. Primary duties: a parapsychologist and psychologist and neuroscientists who study mental phenomena that are excluded from traditional psychological beliefs. They may meet with patients who believe they're experiencing psychological anomalies, evaluate them through interviews and physical examinations, perform tests, and attempt to determine the existence and cause of such phenomena. Examples of parapsychological events include hypnosis, telepathy, near-death experiences, psych abilities, telekinesis, and out-of-body experiences. And so, there you go. That is... Okay, I was just making sure there was no more left. That is how, that is what you can do to become someone who works in the paranormal field. This is another short episode, but it's okay because it was fun. Yeah, I liked this. Do I want to be a paranormal investigator? Not necessarily. I think it's interesting. I do like the idea of researching and writing about interesting stuff like that, but I'm not here to go into spooky haunted houses. But if you are and you're listening to this out there, there you go. There's how it's done. And if you become a successful paranormal investigator after listening to this podcast, let me know, and I will help you with your research, because I am all about it. But yeah, I think that's where we're gonna leave it for today, or for this episode. I really enjoyed that. It was fun to read about. So thank you for taking the time to listen today, and if you enjoyed the show, please subscribe, and share. Also, if you have any topic ideas that you think might be fun to explore, or just something you've always wondered about, feel free to toss those my way, because I love learning, and I love trying to, shed a little light on some things. But otherwise, thanks again for watching, and I will see you next time. Thank you for listening to I'm Already Looking It Up. This show is written, directed, edited, and produced all by me, Carly Kaufman. To show your support, please leave a review on Apple Podcasts, share, and subscribe wherever you get your podcasts. You can also check out @Wild Forest Productions on Patreon, Tumblr, and Instagram, and Facebook. To find other ways to support the creator, check out @ImpressWild on YouTube, Twitch, Twitter /X, Facebook, TikTok, and also Instagram. And if you have any topic suggestions, feel free to throw them my way.
Can't wait to see you in the next episode. Until then.